You followed a Polish teacher.
Yes, of Advaita Vedanta.
Uh-huh.
She comes from Muji.
Uh-huh.
And she says all the time that the person doesn't exist. And she's completely convinced about that. So I think I was starting getting confused.
What is confusing you, my love, is language. It's language. That's what's confusing you. So since this question is here, yeah, it must be a question of many. Is it? How many has this question? Would you raise a hand? A couple of you, yeah?
We have answered.
You also?
Just a little clarification.
Oh, okay, so does the person exist? Okay, it's language, right? Because, and I can go with you through investigation and inquiry to reveal this easy, yeah? In this moment, I will speak about how the language trips that up, right? So, there is no separate entity to be found, and I don't want to just say these words for you to believe. I invite you, yourself, to go looking to see if you find, what do you find other than awareness right now? Can you go and look for something else that is not aware? You are aware in this moment. Can you find something else that you could, is there something else you could find that exists apart from this?
Seems like everything exists in it.
Right. So there is no other than this awareness then, yes? You say that, yes? So within this awareness there are patterns and conditions and identifications and yeah, but it's all happening in awareness, right? You cannot find something other than this, right? Yes? Then you can understand when I say there is no person to be found, right? There is no separate entity anywhere. There is this, this looking through your eyes, looking back at you, this which is aware. There is this, there is not something else you can find. Don't believe me? Try to find it now.
It's just everywhere.
It's just everywhere, you say. What is this that is aware?
Yes?
Yes? Okay, so you can't find something else than this. You can't find an entity apart from this, right? So that is what the words mean. There is no person to be found. Okay? Right? Now this that is aware, this is absolute awareness. If you look in every single pair of eyes, what looks through your eyes right now that is aware? There is only this, right? So this has many levels to it. In the highest level is formless. And I'm using words, remember, because always when we use words, they can be heard in a way that gives interpretation that is not what I point to. Don't listen to the words, listen to the, look, I point to here, right? I point there. This is the words pointing here. This here, it cannot be spoken, okay? So these words are doing their best to point to what is here, okay? And right here, that's formless. It's unnameable. Look, look. It's unnameable, this. I can call it empty space, that this space existing between these bodies. I can call it space. I can call it empty. Yet if you keep on looking, you will find that it is full. Yeah, so I can call it space, I can call it empty, I can call it full. I can call it also aware. Can you look into this space? Can you see it is aware?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So I can call it this, I can call it that, I can call it that, yet it will never, it's too free of whatever I call it. Yeah? Yeah? So this is language. Okay? So in the highest level, and I'm only using words, is formless. And if you look right here in this formlessness without trying to understand, you don't use in any way any kind of thinking to understand these words, because that will never help you, right? You look at this empty, full space that is aware. Where do you begin and that end? Where's the ending of you and the beginning of this space between these bodies?
It's the same.
It's the same, right? So this is absolute. In its absolute form, it's formless. There is no form. Yet it has taken billions of forms. Look in this room. Do you see two forms that look anything like each other? Just look around you. Is there any two that look similar even? No. So it has, in its absolute form, it's in its absolute, it is formless. There is no form. Many levels of this. When it comes down to physical level, it has manifested itself into billions of forms, the form of this house, the form of the trees, the form of these bodies, the form of all this, everything, right? This is a form of the same. Yeah? It's not more or less. So this landing in a body-mind takes the form having persona. It's the same thing. It's not separate. So there is no person that exists separate. Yet there is an expression of persona. Yeah? So the language trips you up, but we have to say that sitting here, this one here, going by the name of Ananta, has a personality. I cannot deny. I cannot deny. Yet I am not landing identified in that. That exists within what I am. And is here to express this. Yeah? So there is no separate self and there is no separate person. There is no person, that's what they mean. But it's very confusing, this language. Because then what I meet a lot of beings coming to meetings going, I've had many experience, I had it for a moment, but then the person came back. And now they're trying to get rid of this person. And it's such a trap. It's such a trap. Because of language. It's language. That's why, since this message has been delivered through so many down the ages, you know, it's always been, this message has been coming. You know, we hear about Jesus Christ and Buddha, and this is thousands of years ago. This message is not new. It's just updating in its expression. And now it's like a river moving to the ocean of awakening through so many beings and therefore so many expressions. And there we can start to really play with the way that we express and bring this into the marketplace, not on the top of a mountain, right? So the many expressions of this, it leads to confusion if you hold on to one expression. Because then you think that that is it, that one is saying the right thing, and then you hold on to a language and a fixed, and this cannot be fixed and it cannot be spoken. Yeah? It's free. And therefore it's now speaking itself through so many ways to cancel what the last one said. Somebody will be canceling what I said. You know? Because just to let you know that, no, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it, that's not. And what are you left with? You're left with that which can't be spoken. Yeah? The finger points to the moon. The finger is not the moon. Yeah?